Last big question. So what is something from the session today that we can apply to real life?
There's one thing that I like. This is the one that I was pointing to before. When Torin decided to say like, hey, let me perceive if this storm is just like a normal kind of thing or if it has something else. It's like, hey, well, the first characters that saw it were Haley and Edrahil, right? But they didn't even think of it. It was just like, oh, well, it's just something else that happens in nature, and it's just a normal rain or whatever it is, or a lightning storm. But then you came and you were like, oh, well, let me perceive there's something else. Let me pay attention to this thing that is coming to see if we actually should do something about it. So that's something that I liked. I was like, wow, that's very interesting, because it's so normal for us to just either be deceived or be distracted of certain things that we should be paying attention to, so that whenever they come, it's like, hey, we took the steps to avoid any kind of thing, to avoid the storm, in a sense. Literally. So I like that personally. It's like, hey, it's okay to pay attention, and it's okay to pay attention to the people that are paying attention if you didn't see it yourself. So
I think that's important. I think that can apply to real life, even spiritually. I think sometimes we're going through something, or maybe a difficult time, is like, is this just a difficult time, or is there something beyond the scenes? Like, is either God trying to tell me something, or am I being spiritually attacked? Let me take some time to pray into this situation or into this decision I have to make. There might be more behind the surface that I'm aware of. So I think that's it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and having a group of people who you can count with. So it's like, hey, maybe I didn't see that, but somebody else in that group that is trustworthy can say like, hey, I am seeing these things. Maybe in your own life, hey, these steps or choices that you're making are not the best, and that is kind of like avoiding the storm that might be coming because of certain results of these situations or developments, whatever it is. So I like that.
Very cool. Yeah, good job.
There was one more thing that I wanted to mention about like what was hard for me personally. It was not laughing when Eldakar was telling his story. That was really hard at the beginning of the session.
I saw that. I saw you like gripping your face and smiling, and I was like, what is wrong with you, Gabe?
And then I saw Gabe starting to laugh, and I started laughing, and I'm like, no, Gabe, what are you doing to me?